Is it wrong to aspire to have material success, to have luxuries, or to just feel safe and secure financially? And what of the idea of providing for one's family? Yes, it is wrong to wish for material success or luxuries. Again, we go back to the same concept of addictions for more never satisfied. And that is the opposite path of what brings awareness and happiness in life. As the famous quote goes, to be rich is not to own the most, but to need the least. And material is everything. Actually, your body is material, just like anything else, which actually goes in line with how people have completely distorted the deeper meaning of stronger words like love. People love their car, love their house, love their shirt, but the same way they love each other. So the material, again, is the outside, is the superficial level. And of course, wanting more is just what addiction is. Compared to the original basic facts of life, and to stay alive, you don't need much. There are the basic rules of survival, where one needs water, food, shelter, and fire. And that's what it is. That notion of comfort, too, as some people would say, well, is it something wrong to want a bit of comfort? Well, it's the same. It has been developed by addiction. You can take the example of an animal in the Pavlovian way. Typically with pets, it's easy to see the evolution. An animal which has never been presented with more doesn't know what is missing and is content with what it has. One can be really happy with what one has, as long as it's the minimum for life. But then when you start to be shown other stuff, then the addiction process starts. So this is simply the addiction, the need for more, always better, and getting caught up on the outside world, so one can avoid to go within and to realize how miserable one is. And it's always the running forward to escape some reality. Of course, if one is caught up in the classic householder's life, one needs to do a good job, but again, it's a whole intention that matters. And yes, one needs to do a good job, but should do a good job that has good intention. In that sense, for us, there is that big code of morality. So you shouldn't work in an industry or field that actually brings down the world or other beings. Anything that harms others or make other beings more miserable, or the planet. But ultimately it could go back to of course, the original way of life. Simply, when people just cared for the basics of life, and as more and more people start to realize, we know that simple life is what provides more happiness and more peace and more harmony. But to be proud of technology and science that has developed all those different things that people can be addicted to is actually what has contributed to make people more and more miserable. It has created the desire, the greed to always want more things, and more of each one that we like, and bigger, faster. So yes, of course, one needs to do a minimum to provide for one's own family, but ideally it would be in the most original, basic, simple way that has been for thousands of years for sustaining life, which is the basic providing of water, food, shelter. But then one can concentrate and have time to develop the real values that will help for more harmony and more peace among beings, which is dropping that ego, dropping the I, and develop compassion.